Brexit is at the center of yet another fishing row as French trawlermen have threatened to cut electricity to the Channel Islands as D-Day approaches for a tense spat. Jersey and Guernsey ministers are expected to announce today how many licenses are being issued to French fishermen in Normandy and Brittany after months of wrangling over access to English Channel waters. 169 requests for final authorizations in Jersey and 168 in Guernsey are still waiting to be approved by both British Crown dependency governments. Meanwhile, the UK government will grant licenses to just 12 of 47 French vessels less than 12 meters long who applied to fish in the 6 to 12 mile zone off the British coast. Ministers have also issued a further 105 licenses for larger vessels, bringing the total to 1,700 boats. It comes as crunch negotiations took place over the last few weeks between UK, Jersey, EU and French officials on post-Brexit fishing rights in the English Channel. An amnesty period allowing French vessels unfettered access to Jersey waters is due to expire tomorrow, before new measures come into place. From Friday, French vessels have to show evidence of their history fishing in Jersey waters, else they face not being issued with licenses. Jersey's government said some French vessels had provided enough evidence they had previously fished off the island. St Helier said many still needed to submit more information and would only be granted a temporary permit until the 31st of January next year, while a third grouping will be refused licenses altogether and must stop fishing in UK waters. It is feared, however, many boats that are under 12 meters long will not be able to obtain a license due to the lack of satellite tracking technology, unlike larger vessels. Jean-Luc Hall, Director General of the National Committee for Maritime Fisheries and Marine Farming, the professional fishing body in France, said authorities had spent months collecting all the supporting documents needed, especially for small boats that do not have a satellite tracking system. "We gave everything," Mr. Hall stressed. Last night, Olivier Lenezet, president of the Regional Fisheries Committee of Brittany, said French fishermen were ready to flex their muscles if a sufficient announcement was not forthcoming. Mr. Lenezet fears the fishing row could end badly, with chiefs warning they would have to go to protest every 4 to 5 months. Fishing chiefs have also said that some fishermen were prepared to cut the power supply cables to the Channel Islands on Armenville Beach in Normandy. The beach hosts the large 90,000 volt cable that runs across the seabed and supplies the island of Jersey with electricity. France has also said it is ready to activate restrictive measures if it disagrees with the allocation of licenses, which Jersey's fishermen say puts their future at risk. Minister of the Sea Yannick Girardin added last night, "This is a new refusal by the British to implement the conditions of the Brexit agreement despite all the work undertaken together. I have only one watchword: obtain definitive licenses for our fishermen as provided for in the agreement. French fishing must not be taken hostage by the British for political ends." A Paris diplomatic source played down the cutting of electricity cables but stressed, "We are at the end of our tether. Action will be taken in line with the Trade and Cooperation Agreement." Don Thompson, president of the Jersey Fishermen's Association, added that if all 169 French vessels are licensed, that would far outnumber the local fleet. Claiming that only around 70 of them had previously fished in the area, Mr. Thompson said he feels quite disappointed with the outcome and added, "It was a chance to rebalance, to see some sort of equilibrium between the size of the Jersey fleet and the number of foreign boats working in our waters." In response, Ian Gorst, Jersey's external relations minister, said he hoped that the issuing of temporary licenses alongside the regular permits would be regarded as uncontentious. Mr. Gorst made clear, "We would hope that it would be, but we are not naive." On the UK licenses, a UK government spokesperson added, "The government has this year issued a large number of licenses to EU vessels seeking to fish in our exclusive economic zone, 12,200 nautical mile zone, and our territorial sea, 612 nautical mile zone. Our approach has been reasonable and fully in line with our commitments in the Trade and Cooperation Agreement, TCA. We continue to work with the Commission and the French authorities and will consider any further evidence provided to support the remaining license applications."